All right, guys, back at it. Let's take a look at a very good-looking Gshock square steel model. And this is, of course, the blue, as you can see. Big thanks to Shane for loaning this in. I appreciate that. So this is like a blue and black theme here on this guy. And here's the number, gmwb5000g-2, retail price $450. Module is a 3459. Same that you see in pretty much all of the solar multi-band Bluetooth steel squares. So the first thing that I need to point out, at least for me, is all of the pictures that were out there when I was originally looking at this color. They don't really do it justice. So like once you get this in hand, this blue mated with the black, for some reason when I first was exposed to the model, I just wasn't feeling it. But now that Shane sent this in for me to look at, for us to look at and share, I gotta say it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. And I actually just got back from that Chicago Microlux show. Big thanks to Rich for putting that on and everybody else involved. But there was a Gshock rep there, and I got to talking to him. His name is Michael. And he said these models are slowly, like, he's finding drying up. Like, more and more people are buying the blue model out of his retailers. He's kind of like in the Midwest region. I don't know what area he covers exactly, but at least the dealers he has, the blue doesn't sit on the shelf very long. It seems like they're getting gobbled up. So I did take a quick peek. A couple places they're sold out, and if you look on eBay, they're trending up there a little bit, surprisingly. So, if you think you want one, try to get it as close to lower than retail as you can. But sometimes they do these models and they kind of just disappear. So hopefully this isn't one of those. I suspect not. They'll probably restock. They've been restocking on everything else. As far as I know, also there's only the strap option. It does have the matching hardware. This is brand new. I'm not going to peel it off. The keeper's blue, the buckle and everything is black. So, but Shane bought it, never wore it, and sent it in. So appreciate that. We get a good look at it. You can see there's all the information. Same thing that's like on the back of my Bling Master here. It's essentially the same watch except for no bracelet. And of course, it's going to be blue, still negative display, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it still hasn't even been set up. This is actually on the Asian time zone there. So if you're interested, I know I typically cover size. I haven't been doing it on this. I almost just take it for granted that you guys know, but 43.35. So that's why there's so much fan base for the Gshock squares, is because they're a very reasonably sized Gshock. So around 49 millimeter lug to lug, if you want to call it that, and then the thickness is going to be just over 13 mil. And these are the straps are held on. It is a bugger. I've had people ask me. I don't really feel like doing it on camera. Maybe at some point I will, but you have to have 2 screwdrivers. And you can see these actually move. That's normal, guys. These aren't loose. There's like a collar, and they're Loctited, and you have to get 2 screwdrivers in there, and it's easy to slip off. Like, you have to be focused and take your time and do it right. So it's totally different than how these ones are attached, or even this one. This is like a full one, but I'll do a separate video on this. I don't want to get hung up on this one right here, but this is a whole nother model that is very, very interesting. But you can see size wise, it's very similar to this one's dirty. This is one of my like spare Gshocks that I keep floating around and might end up in a glove box or in the end of a cup holder or something like that. It's always just kind of floating around. But they're definitely a little bit thicker. And then I think personally, the really big upgrade, not that you use all of the functions, but when I do, I'd like to be able to use them easily. And the button size on the Gshock square steels are much easier to access. than these smaller ones on the traditional polymer ones. And the same goes for this new steel capped one, and that's what I'll cover in the video, but I'm giving you a little sneak peek, I guess. Because this is basically a polymer with a metal cap on it, but it has the large buttons, like the steel one. So if you're looking at one of these, go ahead and do it. That's a spoiler, but I will do a full video on that. So let me pop this guy in wrist for you. If you are curious, I am wearing a Raven Solitude. I've been wearing this for a few days. I actually wore it down at the show down in Chicago. Well, you know what? I didn't unwrap the strap on this, so it's going to be hard to buckle up. But you get the point. You get the gist. 7 1/4 wrist. The Gshock squares are such a sweet spot for so many wrist size. Easily can be worn. So I can try... think I can try to give you a glimpse of what the illumination will look like. See how good it shows up. So, and again, this is the same module as the other one, so it fades in and out. You can set it up so well, actually you connect it through the Bluetooth app, and I know a lot of people say it's not worth it. The Bluetooth app is totally worth it, because once you have it synced to your phone, and like when you were traveling, when I was traveling, this was one of the watches I actually took with me. It as soon as it connected to the phone and I crossed over the time zone, it automatically changed it for me. So if you travel and stuff like that, it's very slick, and it can do other things. You can do your alarms, you can do whatever. There's you can play with different options on it. So totally worth it. Great looking watch. I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse of that blue, and of course I smudged it up, but you can see the finishing on it is really nice. The blue is just, the blue with the black is an excellent pairing. The black buttons, the black hardware, everything. Gshock nailed it with this one. You got the brick pattern on the dial. Negative display, of course, to keep it all blue and black themed. And you have the screw case back, so tough solar, multi-band. It has all the gadgets. So, yeah, a bit pricey, but there's much more expensive ones, and now there's less expensive ones too, and we'll cover that again, like I said, in another video. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video.